And so is your subconscious mind. When you deliberately declare a new money story in December, you're not just thinking positive thoughts. You're interrupting the automatic replay of your old financial identity. Your subconscious mind, which runs 90% of your behavior, is suddenly hearing a different instruction manual. And here's the key Florence knew. Your word is your wand. When you speak with authority, you are not begging the universe. You are commanding your own consciousness to reorganize itself around wealth. You are instructing the invisible substance to take form as money in your life. Let me tell you about Catherine. December 2019. She had $13 in her bank account. Not 1,300, 13. Bills stacked on the counter. 2 credit cards maxed out. She was terrified of January because rent was due January 5th, and she had no idea how she'd pay it. Someone sent her a Florence Scovel Shinn audio on December 20th. She listened while washing dishes. She heard one sentence that pierced through her fear. Declare the end of the old story. Catherine didn't have faith. She didn't believe it would work, but she had nothing to lose. So every morning, December 20th through December 31st, 12 mornings total, she stood in her tiny bathroom, looked in the mirror and said aloud, "My poverty story ends today. I am wealthy in consciousness. Money obeys my voice." Day 5, December 25th, Christmas morning, her sister called. Their grandmother, who had passed away 3 years earlier, had left a small inheritance that got lost in probate. The lawyer finally tracked Catherine down, $4,000. It arrived in her account December 27th. Catherine's $13 became $4,000, not because she hoped, not because she visualized, not because she made a vision board, because she declared the death of the old story. She spoke with authority, and the universe, which operates on spiritual law, responded to her word. Now, you might be thinking, but I've tried affirmations before. They didn't work. I said positive things and nothing changed. Let me tell you exactly why this is different and why the December reset works when generic affirmations fail. Florence said, "Man is the sum total of his beliefs. Your current financial situation is not happening to you randomly. It is the perfect, precise outpicturing of what you believe about money at the subconscious level." Most people don't have a money problem. They have a consciousness problem that creates money problems. Think about it. 2 people can live in the same city, have the same education, work similar jobs. One struggles constantly, one prospers easily. What's the difference? Not intelligence, not effort, consciousness. The beliefs running in the background, creating reality automatically. The December reset works because you're not just adding positive thoughts on top of negative beliefs. You're declaring the death of the old identity. You're drawing a line in time and saying, that version of me, the one who struggled, the one who said I can't afford it, the one who feared the mailbox, the one who avoided looking at bank statements, that person dies in December 2025. That person does not enter 2026. This is what Florence called the law of substitution. You cannot delete a thought. The subconscious mind doesn't understand deletion. You can only replace a thought. And December, the final chapter of the year, is when replacement has maximum spiritual momentum because the entire world is already in that energy. Every December 31st, billions of people participate in a collective ritual. We count down. We say goodbye. We make resolutions. We declare new beginnings. Whether people realize it or not, they are practicing consciousness shift. You're going to do it deliberately, with spiritual authority, using the power of your word to command wealth consciousness before the new year begins. Has this ever happened to you? You try to change something about your finances. You say, this year I'm going to save money. This year I'm going to get out of debt. January starts. You feel motivated. By February, you're back in the same patterns. By March, you've completely forgotten the resolution. Why? Because you tried to change behavior without changing consciousness. And behavior always follows consciousness. The December reset changes consciousness first. Then behavior shifts automatically. Then circumstances follow. Here's what happened to Michael. December 2022. He was drowning in credit card debt. $53,000 spread across 7 cards. He felt like a failure. Every month was just minimum payments and shame. He couldn't tell anyone. His wife didn't even know the full amount. He found Florence's teaching on December 23rd. He had 8 days until the new year. He decided those 8 days would be his consciousness reset. He didn't tell his wife. He didn't post about it. He just did the work internally. Every single morning, December 24th through December 31st, he stood in front of the bathroom mirror before anyone else woke up, and he declared, "I am not a man in debt. I am a man of divine supply. My wealth consciousness is being reborn right now in this moment. $53,000 is nothing to infinite intelligence. Money flows to me now." He didn't know how it would happen. He didn't try to figure out the how. He just kept speaking his new money identity into existence. Every morning, 8 days straight. January 9th, 2023, 10 days into the new year, his company, completely out of nowhere, announced retention bonuses for employees who stayed through a difficult transition the previous year. Michael had been there through it. He received $28,000 after taxes. He didn't know this was coming. The company had never done this before. January 16th, 1 week later, his aunt, who he barely spoke to, maybe twice a year at family gatherings, sent him a check in the mail. $10,000. She wrote a note. "I was praying and felt strongly I should help you. I don't know why. Just take this." Michael stood in his kitchen holding that check, shaking. By January 20th, he had paid off $38,000 of the 53. By March, completely debt-free. By December 2023, he had $15,000 in savings. What changed? Not his job, not his salary, not his circumstances. His consciousness changed first. And circumstances, like obedient servants, rearranged themselves to match. This is not luck. This is spiritual law. Now I want you to do something right now. Write in the comments, "My old money story dies in December 2025. Write it. Speak it into existence. Let this comment section become a field of declarations. Let your word go forth with power. Here's exactly how to do the December reset. This is your complete step-by-step practice starting today, right now. Step 1. Every morning, as soon as you wake up, before you check your phone, before you look at email, before you do anything, you speak the decree out loud. "I declare this day the death of my old money story. Every cell of my being is now vibrating at the frequency of wealth. I do not carry poverty consciousness into 2026. I command abundance to meet me in the new year, under grace, in perfect ways." Speak it with authority, not like you're begging, not like you're hoping, not like you're asking permission, like you're a queen issuing a royal decree. Because that's what you are. You are consciousness itself, temporarily wearing a human body, and consciousness creates reality. You have authority. Use it. Step 2. Every time you notice an old money thought, and you will notice them, anxiety about a bill, fear about the future, worry about an expense, you immediately say out loud or in your mind, "That is my old story. It dies today. My new story is divine abundance." This is the law of substitution in action. You're not fighting the old thought. Fighting gives it power. You're replacing it instantly with your new identity. The old thought loses power. The new identity gains strength. Step 3. Every evening before you go to sleep, you write one sentence in a journal or in your phone notes. "Today, I lived as a wealthy person in consciousness." Even if nothing external changed yet, even if your bank account looks the same, you write it. Because you're training your subconscious mind to recognize your new identity as fact, not future fantasy, but present reality. Step 4. On December 31st, you do a burning ritual. You write down every money story you're leaving behind in 2025. "I'm always broke. Money doesn't like me. I'll never get ahead. I'm bad with money. Rich people are greedy. I don't deserve wealth." Whatever your specific stories are, and you know what they are, you write them down on paper. And if you can safely do it, you burn that paper. You watch your old money stories turn to ash. If you can't burn it safely, you rip it into tiny pieces and throw it away with intention. Physical action creates spiritual momentum. You're signaling to your subconscious that this is real, this is final, this is done. Then, on a new piece of paper, you write your new money story. "I am wealthy. Money flows to me easily. I am divinely provided for. Abundance is my natural state. I receive money from expected and unexpected sources. I am financially free. Prosperity is my birthright, and I claim it now. You read that new story out loud. You read it with conviction, and you carry that paper with you into January 1st. You keep it. You read it daily in January. This is your new identity document. Step 5, and this is the secret weapon, gratitude in advance. Every night in December before you sleep, you thank the universe for the wealth that's already on its way. You don't thank it for what you have currently. You thank it for what you have declared is yours. Thank you for my financial breakthrough. Thank you for the money that's flowing to me right now in the invisible realm. Thank you for my abundant 2026. Thank you for proving to me that consciousness creates circumstances. Thank you for opportunities I cannot even see yet. Florence said, gratitude is the law that opens the door to manifestation. When you thank in advance, you're operating from the consciousness of already having. And already having consciousness creates having in the physical realm. You collapse time. You speed up manifestation. Let me tell you about Jennifer. December 2023. She had been unemployed for 7 months. Savings almost gone, sent out probably 100 applications, got maybe 5 interviews, 0 offers. She was starting to believe something was wrong with her, that she was unhireable, that the job market had decided she wasn't good enough. December 18th, she heard about the December reset. She had 13 days until the new year. She committed fully. Every morning, I am not unemployed. I am between divine appointments. My perfect position is finding me right now. My wealth consciousness is activating opportunities I cannot even see yet. The invisible is becoming visible in my favor. She kept saying it, even when she didn't believe it, even when her bank account kept shrinking, even when another rejection email came. She said it anyway, because Florence taught, fake it till you make it is wrong. Speak it till you see it is correct. Your word creates your reality. January 3rd, 2024, 3 days into the new year, a recruiter called her. A position she never applied for. A company she'd never heard of. They found her LinkedIn profile, and something told them she was perfect for a role they were creating. Not filling, creating. They designed it and thought of her. Interview January 8th. Second interview January 12th. Offer January 15th. $78,000 a year. $20,000 more than her previous job. Benefits she'd never had before. And here's the miracle part. The position didn't exist in December. They created it in January, as if the universe designed a job specifically for her new consciousness. Jennifer didn't get lucky. She shifted consciousness in December, and January responded. This is how it works. Now here's what most people get wrong about this. They think, okay, I'll say the words, I'll do the decree, and then I'll sit back and wait for money to fall from the sky. No. Consciousness shift creates internal change first. You start thinking differently. You start noticing opportunities you were blind to before. You start acting like a wealthy person. And wealthy person actions create wealthy person results. Florence said, you will be a failure until you impress the subconscious with the conviction you are a success. The December reset is how you impress that conviction into your subconscious in the most powerful month of the year, when the veil between invisible and visible is thinnest. Let me address the objections I know are running through your mind right now. Objection 1. But what if I don't believe it when I say it? What if it feels fake? Good. That means you're doing it right. Your conscious mind doesn't believe it yet because your subconscious is still running the old program. But every time you speak the decree with authority, you're overwriting the old program. Belief follows declaration, not the other way around. You speak first. Belief catches up. Objection 2. What if I failed at this kind of thing before? What if I tried manifestation and it didn't work? Then you tried manifestation. This isn't manifestation. This is consciousness replacement. You're not trying to attract something. You're declaring the death of an old identity and the birth of a new one. Completely different mechanism. Completely different power. Objection 3. What if nothing changes by January? What if I do this and I'm still broke in the new year? Then you keep going. Florence didn't say wealth appears in 24 hours. She said consciousness creates circumstances. The consciousness shift happens immediately. The circumstances follow according to divine timing. But here's what I know from watching hundreds of people do this. Something always moves in January. Always. Might not be the full manifestation, but something shifts. A door opens. An opportunity appears, a check arrives, something moves. And that's your proof to keep going. Think about what happens if you don't do this. You wake up January 1st, same thoughts, same fears, same money story. And 6 months from now, June 2026, you're exactly where you are today. December 2026 arrives, and you're in the same place again, watching another year end, wishing you had changed. Or you use these final days of 2025 to kill the old story. You enter 2026 as a new financial identity. And by June, you look back and realize everything shifted. Not because of luck, not because of circumstances, because of consciousness. Let me tell you about David. This story breaks my heart and fills me with hope at the same time. David was 52 years old. December 2021. He had $300 to his name. 52 years old, $300. He felt like he had failed at life. Everyone around him seemed to be doing better. His kids were embarrassed by him. He was embarrassed by himself. He stumbled on Florence's work, December 27th. 4 days until the new year. Just 4 days. He thought, what do I have to lose? I've already lost everything that matters. Every morning for those 4 days, and then every morning in January, every morning in February. Every morning in March, he declared, I am not a broke 52-year-old man. I am consciousness itself expressing as David. And consciousness is infinite supply. My age is irrelevant. My bank account is irrelevant. My past is irrelevant. My wealth is being born right now in the invisible, and it will manifest in the visible under grace. He had no idea how. He stopped trying to figure out how. He just kept declaring it. February, a friend called, asked if David wanted to help with a construction project. Just a weekend thing. David said yes. That project led to another. Then another contractor heard about him. By May, David had consistent work. By September, he had $15,000 saved. First time in his life, he'd ever had more than $2,000 in the bank. By December 2022, 1 year after his reset, David had $32,000 in the bank and his own small contracting business starting. At 53 years old, he built wealth faster than he ever did in his 30s or 40s. David didn't suddenly become a different person externally. He became a different person in consciousness. And the external world reorganized itself around that. Jobs appeared. People called. Opportunities opened. Not because he got lucky at 52, because he changed his money story in December at 51. Now let's go deeper. Let me teach you what Florence knew about the power of December specifically. Florence understood something most people miss. Time is not neutral. Certain times of year carry certain energies. December carries the energy of completion and preparation. It's the end of the cycle, the closing of the chapter. And spiritually, endings are when you have maximum power to sever what no longer serves you. Think about nature. December in the northern hemisphere is winter, death, dormancy. Things that need to die, die. Trees let go of leaves. Animals hibernate. Nature itself is practicing the art of release. And you, as part of nature, have access to that same energy. When you declare the death of your old money story in December, you're aligning with the natural cycle of release. You're not fighting against the current. You're flowing with it. And flow creates ease. Force creates resistance. Florence also taught about the law of rhythm. Everything flows in and out. Everything has its season. If you've been in a season of financial struggle, that season has a rhythm. And rhythms can be interrupted. December is the interruption point. It's when you step out of the old rhythm and step into a new one. Here's a practice I want you to do right now. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath and visualize this. See yourself standing at a doorway. Behind you is 2025. All the struggle, all the bills, all the fear, all the lack. See it behind you. In front of you is a new door, 2026. On the other side of that door, you are wealthy. You are abundant. You are financially free. You can feel it. You can sense it. That version of you already exists in consciousness. You're not creating it. You're stepping into it. Now speak this out loud. I walk through the door into my wealthy identity. I leave poverty behind. I enter abundance now. My word is law. My consciousness is creative power. I am wealthy. It is done. Open your eyes. That visualization, combined with your spoken word, just created a spiritual blueprint. Your subconscious mind now has a clear image of the transition, and your subconscious mind's job is to close the gap between where you are and where you've declared you're going. Let me tell you about Rachel. December 2024. Last year, just last December, she had been watching her business fail slowly for 2 years. Expenses going up, revenue going down. She was getting ready to close it. She felt like a failure. She had invested everything: time, money, hope. December 15th, she decided to do the December reset not as a business strategy, but as a consciousness shift. Every morning, my business is not failing. My business is reorganizing itself around abundance. Money flows into this business now. Customers find me easily. I am divinely guided in every decision. She didn't change her marketing. She didn't hire a consultant. She just changed her consciousness. And here's what happened. January 2025, just 2 months ago, 3 new clients appeared. Big clients, contracts she didn't pitch for. They found her. February, one of them referred 4 more. By March, she had to hire help. By June, she was profitable for the first time in 2 years. By September, she had more revenue than the previous 2 years combined. December 2025. Right now, she's closing out the year with 6 figures in profit. Rachel's business didn't suddenly get better. Rachel's consciousness shifted. And business, which is just energy exchange, responded. Now here's what you need to understand about the 21 days after your December reset. Because January is the testing ground. January is when the old story will try to come back. Bills will still arrive. Expenses will still happen. Your bank account might not change immediately. And your old thoughts will whisper, "See? It didn't work. Nothing changed." This is the critical moment. This is when most people quit. They do the December reset. They enter January hopeful. And by January 15th, they've abandoned the new story and gone back to the old one. Don't do this. Florence said, signs follow. They do not precede. You don't wait for signs of wealth to believe you're wealthy in consciousness. You claim wealthy consciousness first. Then signs follow. Sometimes in days, sometimes in weeks, but they always follow. So in January, when the old thoughts come, and they will, you double down. You speak the decree louder. You declare more powerfully. You thank more specifically. You act as if it's already done because in consciousness, it is already done. Here's your January practice. Every morning in January, in addition to the decree, you add this. The invisible is becoming visible. My wealth is manifesting now. I see evidence daily. Thank you for proof that consciousness creates. And then you look for proof. Did someone buy you coffee? Proof. Did you find money in an old coat pocket? Proof. Did a bill come in lower than expected? Proof. You train your brain to see evidence of shift, and what you focus on expands. Let me give you one final story, and then I'm going to release you to begin. Maria, December 2018. She was 71 years old, living on Social Security, $800 a month, barely surviving. She thought, I'm 71. It's too late for me. My money story is set. I'll die poor. Her granddaughter showed her a Florence Scovel Shinn video. Maria watched it and cried. She thought, what if it's not too late? What if I have time to change this? December 20th through December 31st, 11 days, Maria did the reset. Every morning. I am not a poor 71-year-old woman. I am divine consciousness in a body. Age is illusion. Lack is illusion. I am abundant. Money flows to me now. January 2019, a lawyer contacted her. A class action settlement from a company she'd worked for 40 years earlier. She didn't even remember the lawsuit. $8,000. February, her church gave her an unexpected love offering. $2,000. March, her son, who hadn't helped financially in years, started sending her $500 a month. By December 2019, Maria had $17,000 saved and consistent income of $1,800 a month. At 71, after doing a December reset, she doubled her income and built savings for the first time in her life. If it's not too late for Maria at 71, it's not too late for you. You have days. Days to shift consciousness. Days to declare the death of the old story. Days to command your abundant 2026 into existence. Before 2026 arrives, do this. Speak the decree daily. Practice substitution constantly. Journal nightly. Burn the old story on December 31st. Thank in advance and watch what happens. Your wealth consciousness will never be the same. That's not a motivational quote. That's spiritual law. Consciousness creates circumstances. You are consciousness. You have authority. Use your word. Your word is your wand. Write in the comments right now, I commit to the December reset. Let me see it. Let's create a tidal wave of people entering 2026 with wealth consciousness activated. If this activated something in you, if something woke up inside you while watching this, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who's been struggling, someone who's ready for their financial reset, someone who needs to know it's not too late. And I'll see you in 2026. Wealthy, abundant, free, not because you hoped for it, because you declared it, because you used the power of your word in December 2025 to command your wealthy identity into existence. Your old money story dies this month. Your new story begins January 1st. Go speak it into being.
Your words are seeds. Whatever you plant, you water with your emotion and your belief. If you plant weeds of lack, you'll harvest more lack. If you plant declarations of abundance, you'll harvest opportunities that multiply it. But here's where most people struggle. They don't truly believe in their own words. They say affirmations like robots. I'm rich, I'm abundant, I'm prosperous. But deep down, a little voice whispers, you, please. And that's where the energy gets cancelled out. The words and the belief must align for your command to carry power. So how do you get that alignment? How do you move from speaking words that bounce off the ceiling to words that shake the heavens and bring money to your doorstep? It starts with understanding who you really are. You're not a beggar in the cosmic order. You're a commander. You were made in the image of power itself, the power that spoke worlds into existence. When you say, let there be, something happens. But the problem is, you've been using that power unconsciously. You've been saying, let there be debt, or let there be lack, or let there be delay, without realizing you're the one authorizing those experiences. So today, I want to show you how to reclaim that authority. I want you to learn how to use your words to shape your financial reality, starting with your first $1 million. Because yes, you can command that too. But let's make something clear. Commanding your million isn't about greed. It's about alignment. Money is simply a form of energy that responds to order. When you command it rightly, you're not chasing it. You're inviting it to fulfill its purpose in your life, to circulate, to serve, to uplift, to expand. Here's the truth. The money you desire is already somewhere in the universe. It's not missing. It's just waiting for you to send the right signal, your words backed by conviction. Let's look at it logically for a second. Every invention, every fortune, every idea that became a billion-dollar company started as a word. Someone spoke it first. I'm going to create something that changes the world. And that word, spoken with belief, began rearranging events, drawing people, resources, and ideas into alignment. That's the same principle that governs your life. Words set things in motion. The moment you say something with faith and persistence, the entire energetic field around you begins to reorganize itself to make that statement true. But most people sabotage themselves with what I call word pollution. They affirm wealth for 3 minutes in the morning and complain about bills for the next 23 hours. That's like planting a rose and stomping on it every time you walk by. If you truly want to command your first $1 million, you must discipline your tongue. That's step 1. Every word must pass through a filter. Does this word build my wealth vibration, or does it destroy it? Start by eliminating phrases like, I can't afford that. Money never stays with me. People like me don't get rich. Those are anti-commands, the kind that send your blessings running in the opposite direction. Replace them with powerful decrees. Money flows to me easily and continuously. I am a magnet for divine wealth. My words create my fortune. Now don't just say them, feel them. When you say, money flows to me, Imagine it. Visualize streams of cash, opportunities, and ideas moving toward you. Let your body feel that sense of ease and security. Step 2. Stop begging the universe. You are not a spiritual beggar. You are a creator. When you say, "Please, universe, give me money," you're speaking from a position of lack. The vibration of lack only attracts more lack. Instead, speak as if it's already done. Say, "Thank you, universe, for my $1 million in circulation." Gratitude is the language of completion. It tells the universe, "The job is finished. Now I know what you're thinking. But what if I say it and nothing happens?" That's where faith steps in. Faith is the bridge between your word and your manifestation. Every command needs time to take form. You don't plant a seed and dig it up every hour to check if it's growing. You trust the process. You keep watering it with your words, your belief, your gratitude. Step 3. Act in alignment with your command. You can't declare, "I'm rich," and then behave like someone who doesn't believe in their own power. If you command wealth, start making wealth-minded decisions. Be generous. Be excellent at whatever you do. Expect good things. When you get paid, bless that money and send it out with joy. It will come back multiplied. I remember once telling someone, "Your words are like boomerangs. They always return, but with interest. So make sure what you're sending out is worth coming back multiplied." Let's get practical for a second. Tonight, before you sleep, I want you to say this out loud. I command my first $1 million from the universe. It is already mine, and I am ready to receive it in divine timing and perfect ways. Say it with confidence, even if you feel silly. That sentence is not just sound, it's structure. It starts aligning people, ideas, and opportunities to bring that reality into your life. And if you want to amplify that energy, do this. Each time you touch money, no matter how little, bless it. Say, "You are divine substance, and you multiply in my hands." Speak to your money as if it can hear you, because it can. Everything in the universe is energy, and energy responds to recognition. You see, wealth isn't created by working harder. It's created by thinking and speaking differently. The world is full of hard workers who are still broke because they never learned to speak abundance into their reality. The power of command doesn't belong to a chosen few. It belongs to anyone who dares to believe that their word has creative force. You can start where you are right now. Even if your wallet is empty, even if your bills are stacked, even if your phone is full of debt reminders, your word is more powerful than all of that. Now, before we continue, I want you to remember this channel isn't about giving you endless lectures that drown you in theory. We keep it short, strong, and practical, because transformation doesn't need to be complicated. You'll notice every video here is crafted to deliver power in minutes, not hours. So stay with me, because in the next part, I'm going to show you how to seal your command so that no doubt, no fear, and no delay can stop your $1 million manifestation from showing up. But for now, I want you to practice one thing. Watch your words for the next 24 hours. Pretend every word you say is a spell, because it is. Speak only what you want to experience. And if you catch yourself saying something negative, pause and correct it instantly. Say, "Cancel that. I choose abundance." That's how you begin commanding your first million, not by chasing, but by speaking with authority, believing in your divine right to abundance, and watching the universe reorganize itself around your decree. Now that you've started watching your words like a hawk, let's take it deeper, because commanding your first million isn't just about saying fancy affirmations. It's about sealing your command so that nothing, absolutely nothing, can shake it. You see, when you issue a decree to the universe, two things happen immediately. First, everything starts rearranging in your favor. People, ideas, and opportunities begin moving toward you in ways you can't yet see.